others to join, so just bear with me. Sorry about the delay. Good morning, everybody. Just give me one moment. I'm just trying to open a file here. My computer, I had to restart. Okay. I guess we'll get started, guys. Just going to let this load. So, may also bring up my tool here. I'll start with a brief introduction about myself. Cool. Okay, so let me retype it here. Okay, so here's a brief introduction about myself, guys. I'll have that as a background. My name is Navin, and I have 23 plus years of experience in IT and in the world of analytics. That is my total time. Analytics. And AI and data science. We'll try to understand briefly what is the difference between these things today. I work primarily on R, Python, Spark, SAS, and SPSS. These are the tools that we would be covering as part of our workshop, as part of our course also, that we would be giving some information and things like that in the coming up slides, guys. Okay, so that is a brief introduction about myself. And there you go, a saying which generally I like, and things like that. Increase the volume. Okay, let me see if I can do anything on my side. Maximum. Okay, looks like I'm at maximum, buddy. Mandal. So just try to hang in there. I'll try to speak a little bit loud. Rest of all, can you hear me fine, guys? Could you give me a quick yes, please? Okay, thank you, guys. So the gist of this, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. That is something which appeals to me and to my soul a lot. So I thought I'll just share it with you in a friendly way, guys. Okay, hope you'll forgive me. But let's get started, guys. We are going to be talking a little bit about artificial intelligence, data science, and big data analytics. Today, we're being asked to stay home, and staying home, we're all safe. Just staying home, stay safe will not do everything. If we can add learning to it, that will be more fulfilling, that will be more rewarding. So just keep that in the mind in a friendly way, guys. That's another message. An investment in knowledge is the best investment, and that is by Benjamin Franklin. So because we are staying home, trying in an effort to stay safe, Also invest in knowledge is what is the message. And data can help. Data can make you smarter, guys. Okay. The problem: world is changing fast. This is where profession of the future comes in. That is artificial intelligence, data science, and big data analytics with virtual internship. If some of you are freshers and things like that, we can help you in the virtual internships, guys. Okay, because today most of the offices and things like that are getting closed. We'll be pursuing virtual internships as what part of this program is. That is what we will be talking about. Some of us are interested in better careers. Some of us are interested in better salary. Some of us are interested in better jobs. And some of us are interested in better companies. Artificial intelligence and data science are very creative and very innovative jobs, and they are much better jobs compared to any other jobs, guys. These are some of the things probably some of you're interested. Almost everybody is interested in better salary. I don't think there is anybody who is not interested in a better salary, guys. Okay. So let me come back here. Okay. One more time. Okay. Moving on. That is what we want. But what do companies want? Companies want insight. That is what they want, guys. Okay. So I'm sure every one of you know what this game is. This is basketball. What is pass, catch, and shoot in basketball? They are the fundamentals. What is happening today? Machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision are becoming the fundamentals of any domain and every domain. By learning these skills, you are giving a present to yourself, you're giving a gift to yourself. In other words, the mantra, machine learning and deep learning are becoming the fundamentals of each and every domain, guys. Okay. That is what companies want. Okay. Another problem, there is limited talent. There is artificial intelligence. The heart of artificial intelligence is machine learning. The heart of machine learning is deep learning. You take any domain today, what they are trying to do is they are trying to understand and apply the concepts of machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, and natural language processing. And what is happening? They do not have enough talent. There are jobs. I will not assure that everybody, I will give a job to everybody or anything like that. And just be careful with such promises, guys. We will definitely bring you up to speed, but that kind of promises should be dealt with very sensitively and sensibly, guys. But in other words, coming back here, machine learning and deep learning are becoming the fundamentals of any and every job, guys. Everybody is trying to understand. Okay. Good news, data is a heart. Data can help you. By learning certain tricks, techniques, tips, and tools, you can be smarter than others. If you know how to use a hammer, if you know how to use a screwdriver, what is hammer? Hammer is machine learning, screwdriver is deep learning. By learning the hammer and the screwdriver, we can be smarter than others, guys. Okay. So if you want to be a cricket player, you can learn batting, you can learn bowling, or you can learn wicket keeping or fielding. A better thing is be an all-rounder. That is why we will be trying to cover multiple topics, which is multiple subjects as part of our course are Python, Spark, and SAS and SPSS. Python is going to be the major contributor because 80 to 90% of the world or the job requirements are involving Python, guys. Okay, that is going to be the main batting and bowling in our course, guys. So again, we have decided to add SAS and SPSS also, so that will also give you an advantage when you're in the job search and career search and things like that. And it's going to be a totally 4 months course, guys. Okay, if any of you want to complete slightly early, you can also let us know. We will try to put you into multiple batches and we will try to help you. But at a high level, these are the subjects or the courses that we are going to be covering. Everybody okay with me so far, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Okay, good, guys. Thank you. And so again, another problem, we are in the era of the COVID. Okay, what is happening, guys? We are staying home, we are staying safe. But what does that mean? Well, something is missing. What should we do? Keep learning. If we continue to keep learning, we are going to make the best out of our life. Don't just stay home and try to stay safe, which is good, which is important, which is very important. You add more value to it. You keep learning. Then you're making the best out of your life, guys. Okay. So one more time, an investment in knowledge is the best investment. So there is king, queen, and life, guys. What is king, queen, and life? King and queen together make a life. What is that? That is also learning. Never stop learning. Okay. So what is happening? This is the language of the machines. What's new here today is it's not just humans which is learning, it is the machines which are learning. So what is king minus man plus woman equals to queen mean? Well, if we come back here, what is king to a queen is man to a woman. King is the husband of a queen. Man, you know, we can say is like a husband of a woman. This is the language of the machines. Machines understand like this. What do we do? That is what is machine learning and deep learning. Roger Federer minus tennis plus cricket equals to Sachin Tendulkar. Again, that is the language of the machines. So, what do we do? Give me a moment. This is what we do. Let's come here. Sachin Tendulkar is the Roger Federer of cricket. This is the logical meaning. This is the meaning understood by the humans. What is happening here? This is the language of the machines. What is this? This is machine learning. Okay, so in other words, we use the concepts of machine learning, and this is what we understand or we get out of that, guys. The machines are indicating that Roger Federer minus tennis plus cricket equals to Sachin Tendulkar. But what that means is Sachin Tendulkar is the Roger Federer of the cricket. Okay, so fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Can any one of you type in the gist of that one in your chat window, guys? What does that mean? What do you think Bruce Lee means here? What is the thing that he's trying to convey? Any one of you, can you type in the chat window, please? Practice. Practice is the key. Practice is the key. Practice is the learning. And what is learning? Learning is life. Perfection is important. Good answer. What is learning? Learning is life. If you wake up and you're telling yourself you don't want to learn, that means you're not alive. You wake up and tell yourself you're ready to learn. That is life. Learning is life. Imagine Saransh. Let's take Saransh. Saransh says perfection is important. Imagine for a moment Saransh is a kid. He touches fire. When he touches fire, he understands as a human, when you touch fire, your fingers will burn. Let's take Ganga Reddy, Nikhil, Reddula Nikhil. Okay, let's go by Nikhil. He says, work hard. That is what Bruce Lee is saying is what he says. But Nikhil is a friend of Saransh. Saransh touched fire. And Saransh learned that when you touch fire, your fingers will burn. Since Nikhil is a friend of Saransh, Nikhil can learn from Saransh's experience that when you touch fire, your fingers will burn. Nikhil does not have to touch the fire again. As humans, what do? We learn from each other's experience. What is that? That is learning. What is that? That is life. Remember, you wake up, what you should be ready to do. If you think you're ready to learn, you're alive. You're living, guys. Okay? Be a pro. Okay, acceptable. So let's now try to take that a little bit technically and see if that will help us, guys. Okay? Here are some everyday recommendations. What is happening on a daily basis? We are all shopping. We go to restaurants, we go to movies, books, and travels. This is what we used to do before COVID and Corona. Now we have to be very, very careful, guys. Okay, don't go out unnecessarily unless it is really required, guys. Okay, whether it is your family, whether it is your friends, whether it is your colleagues or professors, we are all going. We have been doing these things today. We are doing most of these things online, guys. Okay, so here is Lisa. What is special about Lisa is she likes pizza, she likes white wine, she likes pasta. There is John. John also likes pizza. He also likes red wine. He also likes pasta. Okay. So one day, what Lisa has done is she ordered Sprite. So what do? We will start recommending Sprite to John. What is this? This is called recommendation system. You're recommending based on the other people or the users who are similar to you, based on what they like. You're recommending similar things to other people or other customers. That's an example of a recommendation system. People who agree in the past will agree in the future. That is the gist of this one. Why we are recommending Sprite to John? Because John is similar to Lisa. And the meaning, the wisdom behind it is people who agree in the past will also agree in the future, guys. Okay. But here is John. John ordered Strategy Execution Heroes book. Imagine he visited Amazon or Flipkart. He purchased Strategy Execution Heroes. He also purchased Big Bang Disruption. He also purchased Business Strategy. On another day, on the next day, the new book called Blue Ocean Strategy is released. What do? We recommend Blue Ocean Strategy to John. Why? Because the first three books are management related. And what is Blue Ocean Strategy? It is another book on management. What is this? This is also called a recommendation system. It is called content based filtering. And what do? We apply the principles of machine learning. They use the principles of machine learning, is what it is, guys. Okay. Everybody okay so far, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Okay. How to give input CSV file? Oh, okay. Prakash, I will try to answer a few questions later, buddy. First, let me give a quick overview of some of these things. Sorry about that. Oh, what's happening here? There you go. Okay. Sorry about that. Just having a glass of water, guys. Okay, a travel booking website books thousands of hotel rooms every day. With such a huge growth, the task at hand is to improve the booking per customer by showing the best hotels as per the taste and the preferences of the user. In other words, this is one of the case studies slash projects that we'll be doing as part of our course in the coming up days, guys. Okay. There's a travel booking website. Lots of customers are coming. But what they would like to do is they would like to increase the customers looking at the right things in a right way. If you're shopping for a hammer, let's not sell them a screwdriver. If you're interested in Reebok shoes, let's not sell them Nike shoes. Let's sell them Reebok shoes. Okay. So what is that? That is what they want. Show the right things to the right customer based on their preferences is what they are saying. Now here is an example of some data. Okay, let's see what is happening. Here is Hotel 1. Think of this as Taj Hotel, Hotel Taj, Hotel Krishna, and things like that. What's happening? Imagine they have a good gym. They have a small pool. Let's take another hotel. Let's say Double Train or Best Western or things like that. They have an amazing gym, but they do not have a pool. There's another hotel. They have a great gym. Cool. But they have a small pool. And another one, they have a basic gym, but a large pool. And another one, there is no gym, but they have a large and a very beautifully designed pool. What is that? That is an example of a data. Now here is some customers data. Let's come here and see what this data tells us. Here is John. Imagine John is one of our customers. And imagine we collected the data. How we collected, we don't need to worry about it. But for some reason, John prefers those hotels which have a gym than a swimming pool. He's more a fan of a gym. And here is Kevin. Kevin likes gym also more than pool. Bill needs a pool. He's more interested in pool. France is also a pool is a must. So a must than compared to gym. What are these? These are the preferences of the users, what they like versus what they don't like, guys. Okay. So now, for the sake of simplicity, what do? We will take this data that is generally referred as unstructured data. And what do? Well, we'll go ahead and build a table like this where we are saying, hey, because let's choose this one. Hotel 1 has a good gym. Let's go ahead and give some high rating on the gym. And for pool, we'll give a slightly less rating. Repeat the same thing, amazing gym. So we're giving complete 1 out of 1. Since it's a no pool, that gets a 0. Then take a great gym, Hotel 3, we're giving it 0.9. And a small pool, 0.1. Like that, you continue. And what do you get? Well, you get something like that. In a machine learning world, we call that as a item feature matrix. Okay. Next, go to another step. Now here is John. What is happening with John? John prefers gym. So what did we do? There is gym, there is pool, and we're giving a slightly high rating for John. In other words, a high rating of preference because he prefers gym. Looks like Kevin also prefers gym. And looks like Bill and France are more interested in pool. So what are we doing? We are transforming the data. This is the data. This is unstructured data. From unstructured data, we are transforming the data. Cool. Now, what is this? Here is the total snapshot. In other words, a combined snapshot. We are further transforming it a bit more. So there is John. John has visited Hotel 1, Hotel 2. Another data set. But it looks like he did not visit Hotel 3 and Hotel 4. And it looks like he also visited Hotel 5. If you notice, John has given high ratings to Hotel 1 and Hotel 2. Similarly, wherever there is a question mark, so Kevin did not visit Hotel 1, he did not visit Hotel 4, but looks like he visited the rest of the hotels and so on. Okay, so now come here. What are these things? These are all the question marks. The orange boxes indicate these are the users who never visited these hotels. Okay, so now take a look at the green boxes. Let's come here. What's happening is John has given high rating to Hotel 2. He has also given high rating to Hotel 1. He visited Hotel 1 and Hotel 2. He has given high ratings to these. Now, he did not visit Hotel 3 and Hotel 4, but he visited Hotel 5 and he gave very less rating to Hotel 5. So it looks like he did not like Hotel 5, but he liked Hotel 2 and Hotel 1. Take a look at Kevin. Kevin also, he did not visit Hotel 1, but he liked he visited Hotel 2, he liked Hotel 2, and he also visited Hotel 5, and he also did not like Hotel 5. In other words, wherever the green boxes are there, they are similar. What is this? Which means John and Kevin seem to be liking similar things, similar hotels. What is it? They like Hotel 2, they don't like Hotel 5. What can we say? You can understand that John and Kevin, or we can say that John and Kevin are similar. Okay, next come to Bill and France. Notice the red boxes. Bill and France visited Hotel 1. They did not visit some hotels, but Hotel 1, they did not give high ratings. They gave low ratings. But come to Hotel 5, they have given high ratings. And what is special? It looks like they are liking similar. Their similarities are also, their likes are also similar. They like the same hotels, they dislike the same hotels. So we can say Bill and France are similar, just like John and Kevin are similar. Okay, so now which hotel to recommend to Kevin? Now imagine this is the data that we have. And Kevin is now visiting our website and we need to display some kind of recommendations to him because he's looking for a hotel reservation. So what do we do is a question, guys. Okay, so let's say, come here. Take a look at this. So Kevin, if you notice, he's similar to John because he has given high ratings to Hotel 2 Both of them have given high ratings to hotel 2. Both of them have given low ratings to hotel 5. So what is that? If you look at John a little bit deep, looks like John is also giving a high rating to hotel 1. Okay. So what is our understanding? Whenever John is liking something, Kevin is also liking something. And what is happening? Kevin did not visit hotel 1. So what can we do? We can recommend hotel 1 to Kevin. Okay. If we go along the same lines, one more step ahead, take a look at John. Which hotel to recommend John? One more time. Let's say, come here, choose this one. So here is what is happening. Now we want to understand which one to recommend to John. We know that John is similar to Kevin. Kevin is similar to John. John is similar to Kevin because they like the same hotels and they don't like the same hotels. So what is happening? John visited hotel 1, hotel 2, but he did not visit hotel 3. But if you notice, Kevin has visited hotel 3. And what's happening? Kevin liked it. Generally, when Kevin likes it, what will happen? Well, John likes it. So what do? Hotel 3 will be the first one that we would be recommending to John. Everybody with me, guys? Is that making sense? Are you able to understand? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Can you give me a quick yes? Can you quickly type in a yes or a Y, guys? Oops, are you typing that? Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I did not see the chat window properly. So there it is. Okay, good one. Thank you, guys. Give me one moment. Why pool value is different? Okay, why pool value is different? So Vinayak, what we have done is we prepared the data like that, buddy. There are some customers who like some things, who do not like some things. So we prepared the data is what it is, buddy. It's not that. It is more of a data preparation stage. And so now let's see, take a look at France, guys. Looks like I have one or two more recommendations here. Take a look at France. France is visiting our website. And what do? We need to make a recommendation. So what do? We try to understand who is similar to France. And from this data, it looks like France is similar to Bill. Why? Both of them did not like Hotel 1. But it looks like both of them have given high rating to Hotel 5. They're liking the same hotels. They're not liking the same hotels, which means they are similar. And what is happening? We are looking for France. And if you look at Bill, what did Bill do? Bill has visited Hotel 4 and looks like he has given high ratings, which means he really liked it. Because Bill is similar to France, now we can start recommending Hotel 4 to France. Okay, so what is that? That is called recommendation system. What do? We will learn these machine learning and recommendation system concepts using Python and Azure ML. This is one of the projects that we will be doing in the coming up days as part of the course, guys. Okay, so data is a new oil. The most precious resource of the earth is oil, but today people are referring data as a new oil, guys. Okay, you don't need a PhD to do data science. You don't have to be a mechanical engineer to be a data scientist. Or in other words, you don't need to be a mechanical engineer to drive a car. What does that mean? If everybody needs to be a mechanical engineer to drive a car, very few people will be driving a car. Not everybody needs to be a PhD to be a data scientist, guys. That is why that is what is important. There are some important concepts of statistics that we'll be learning as part of our course in the coming up days and things like that. So back to the problem, we are in the era of COVID. Now, let's see. The coming up slides are going to be slightly heavy, guys. So just bear with me if you get confused. And let's try to simplify it, guys. Okay, so let's see what is happening. We all know COVID, the global pandemic, is started somewhere in Wuhan, China, and started spreading across the world. Came to Kerala first. And what is it? Well, here is COVID. One more time, snap it, put this here. What is COVID minus disease is corona minus virus means COVID is a disease, corona is a virus. What is COVID to corona is disease to virus. As simple as that, guys. Okay, that is the era of COVID. And what is happening here is what is happening. Countries are using data analytics to fight corona. What does that mean? South Korea and Singapore have been the most successful countries in fighting corona. Why? they have used machine learning and deep learning as part of their analytics in trying to predict who has corona versus COVID, who is infected with COVID, and things like that, guys. So that's why they have the least number of deaths. They have been most successful in taking care of curing all their people, guys. Come to Italy and Spain, they have the highest death rate. Why? They did not really care. They did not really worry much about it while the whole world was worrying about it, guys. Okay. Today, most of the Asian countries, they are violating privacy laws of the citizens to fight corona. They're accessing their mobile data, they're accessing every data, trying to understand who has the chances of getting corona, COVID, and things like that. Why? If one gets, there's a chance the other will also get. So they, even at the cost of violating privacy laws, they're accessing their data using machine learning and deep learning. They're trying to make predictions who is likely going to get, guys. Okay. There's our DGP, Telangana DGP, what did he do? Well, that is where they brought in the concept of social distancing, and to make sure the social distancing is being followed. What are they doing? They're doing what is called facial detection in using surveillance cameras, guys. Okay, so it detects faces, make sure they are distance away and things like that. So these are the concepts that we will be learning as part of our course again in the coming up days, guys. Okay, so now let me quickly come back here, give you a reason to show myself, and I'm going to try to run this. Give it a moment. There you go. Something is coming up, and let's see if I can show myself to you. There you go. Gentlemen, ladies, that is me. After Corona, COVID, I did not really shave and things like that, but that is me. You're looking at the black and white picture of it. So what I'll do, let me stop this one, bring this up, give it a moment. Gentlemen, ladies, that is me again, one more time. Okay, so probably this year I'm not going to be shaving and things like that, guys, and so on. I'm just thinking, I'm not sure. My family is not really, does not really, they want me to get rid of my beard and things like that. But just to get you a picture of myself, I'm showing myself there, guys. Okay, so let me quit that. Hope you have a picture. Let's try one more thing. Let's see what's happening here, guys. Take a look at this one. Thank you, Hamid. Give it a moment. So, gentlemen, ladies, now notice, as I move along, notice it's not. What did we do? Well, we have just drawn a rectangle. And what is it? This is called static drawing. You take your mobile and you try to show your face, or you try to take a picture of your face. What will happen? Well, it will immediately try to recognize your face and things like that, guys. Okay, so let's say, quit this. Let's try another thing. What we just looked at is static drawing. There you go. Now take a look at this. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. Notice now, I'll move. Notice the rectangle doesn't move, which means the problem is not yet fixed. Cool. So I'll click here. I'll click here. Notice the fan is getting captured. One more time, click here. Click here. There is a face getting captured. This is called dynamic drawing. Cool. Quit it. Let's try one more thing. Okay, so now let's see, take a look at this. Let me see, come a little close. For some reason, should detect my face. I'm thinking it is because of the light. Let me try to turn on the light here. Give me one moment. Okay, let me give it a try. No, it doesn't catch. Still doesn't catch. You see that white rectangle? I think it is getting confused because of the background, guys. Ideally, it will it will detect my face successfully. But for some reason, I'm still, let's see, there you go, there you go. Okay, okay, gentlemen, ladies, I'm working from a different, I'm at my sister's place today, but generally it works. Okay, I'll not overdo that, guys. Just to give you an idea, that is what is going on. I'll see if I can have another example of that running. Let me see if I can show. It did catch, yeah? I see. Good one, Atharva. It catch. I see. Nice beer. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Huh? Let me try one more thing, guys. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. When I was going, it caught me. So, gentlemen, ladies, in real world, that is what you will be working on. As a data scientist or as an AI professional, these are the kind of projects that you'll be put onto. And there are some cameras. Sometimes the face detection is not happening. Sometimes they are happening. What will they ask you to do? They will ask you, fix it. They will not ask you to run big programs, write big programs. But you take an existing program, you try to understand the principles and the components of it. And they will ask you to fix those problems. That is the kind of things that data scientists do, guys. Okay. Thank you again, guys. You guys are saying nice beer. I appreciate that. Thank you again. You're making me feel good. Thank you again, guys. Okay, so gentlemen, ladies, back here, if you're now looking at this on the right-hand side of mine, what you're seeing is more of a stylization. It's more of a cartoon-like thing, guys. Okay, that's again just a touch of what we can do with computer vision. And I'll tell you in a moment what we can do. Let me quit out of this one. Let me quit one more thing. And let me try another one here, stylization. Okay, there you go. Gentlemen, ladies, this is called edge detection. So what is happening is it's actually, now I understand why it is not detecting my face. Actually, it will catch even my eyes. It will draw the borders of my eyes, my mouth and things like that. I think it is because of the background and things like that. It is not able to identify, would be my take on that. But if you notice, generally this kind of things, what can we do? They're using this kind of principles and techniques to make interesting animations. Notice my eyes are being drawn right now. So notice that means I think something is happening, because of some reflection is going on here. It's able to, when I notice now my nose and things like, let me try this one. Okay, so I need to do something here. I'm actually at my sister's place today, guys, but at my home when I work from, generally it catches me. But more importantly, they're using this kind of principles to come up with some very sophisticated animations and things like that. And there are many fields such as social distancing and things like that, where we will be using this kind of concepts, guys. Okay, these are the concepts and the projects that we will be learning. If time permits, I will try to go over these things also today. And let me come out of here. That is one thing. And let me show you another one, guys. Okay, there's it. There is another example. If you watch national highway, lots of cars are traveling and things like that. Now, in a real world, as a data scientist, they'll give you this video and they'll tell you, hey, buddy, one of the cars is where, one guy has stole the car and he's traveling there. So what will they ask you? So let's try to run that. Identify the cars. So there it is. First, identify the cars. Then we need to identify the car which is being stolen. Maybe that's red in color, maybe that's white in color. Maybe that has a specific nameplate and a number and things like that. What is that? That is car detection. What is that? That is the kind of programs that we'll be learning as part of our course, guys. Okay. And let's see. Okay. There it is. Let me quickly run this. One more time. Take a look at this, guys. Scroll up a little bit ahead. There it is. These are it looks like our program is successfully detecting all the faces, but it looks like there are a couple of bugs here. We need to fix why these are being detected as faces and so on. Okay, everybody getting an idea, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Can you just quickly type in yes, guys? Are you all getting an idea? Very good. Thank you, guys. So in other words, these are the kind of concepts that we'll be learning as part of our course with a mix of, they're part of the machine learning and the deep learning, guys. Okay, back to Corona. People. So in Italy,
How will it identify? That is what today I'm just giving you a high level idea, Harini, and that is what we'll be learning in the course is what it is. The idea today is to give you just an idea of the possibilities and bring you up to speed on what is AI, what is data science, what is machine learning, and things like that. So bear with me. So coronavirus, okay, Italy, we all know Italy went into emergency mode. It was like there was a war in Italy, guys, okay? The prime minister or whoever the president was, he started crying on the national media because he could not help. It was more dangerous than the war and things like that. What happened? Well, when Corona started, some people said, "Hey, sorry, can you guys hear me fine, guys? Can you quickly? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. So some people, when the Corona started, they said it was an overkill. It was an overreaction. The football game stopped. National Basketball Associations, cricket, everything stopped. Schools stopped. Colleges stopped. And what are we being advised? We are being advised for social distancing. If you step outside, be careful. Try your best to maintain as much social distancing as possible. No shake hands. Just give namastes or other ways. United Nations is now making namaste the culture, the ritual of the world, where they are saying instead of a shake hand, do namaste or bow your head. They're borrowing the Asian culture and saying, follow this one to be safe and things like that. It is not that others are not great, we are great, but it is just a good thing that they are borrowing from our cultures and things like that, guys. Okay. So I'm sure you're all aware of it. And one of the things, again, what do we do? Well, the social distancing is being made possible today by the governments by using computer vision techniques, a combination of computer vision and machine learning techniques, guys. Okay. In one of the examples here, I do have okay, let me show you an example of social distancing, guys. Okay, let's see. Let me try to run this one. There it is, guys. So what's happening? Well, there's a facial detection, and somewhere here. Okay, so there is phase one, phase two. Now the blue rectangles are coming up. Let me close that. And what it is doing is, if you scroll down, person one, person two, the distance is 333. What is it? That is maybe centimeters or things like that. In other words, one more time, we'll come back here, we'll run it. So there is person one, this guy is person one, this guy is person two, the lady, black lady is person three, the white lady is person four. What's happening? When that is being shown, let's scroll down here, scroll up here. Oops, where's that? Okay, it's here, we're doing a facial detection. Now, come here, I'll do an escape, and now it opens. So now notice person 1, 2, and 3 have blue boxes, whereas the green one has only one box, guys, okay? So what we are saying is person 2 and person 3 are not following social distancing. Who's that? Well, that's the guy in the middle and the girl, or the lady in the middle. It's kind of indicating the number of faces detected is 5. Again, we will need to work on that one. We'll need to fix that one. But the more important thing is we're kind of giving an indication. What is that? That is what the Telangana DGP, those are the kind of programs which are being used by the Telangana DGP, guys. Okay. Everybody getting an idea, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Okay. So let's see what's happening. Now take a look at this, guys. Okay. Maybe COVID-19. Let me try to run this. I've been working on this one, but I don't know if I've successfully run that, but I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this one. Take a look at this. What song is that, guys? Do any of you know what song is that? Ramulo Ramulo, right? Isn't that, guys? Cool. Good one, Nikhil. Is it possible to identify? That's what we are doing here, buddy. This is identifying social distancing. Now we are doing it on a video. Earlier, I've done it on a picture, and for some reason, it's spotting different other things. Wherever the red color is, so that means that guy, that guy. So lots of things are coming up because it's a moving thing. It's a bit more complex, but in a video, we're trying to understand. Cool. Let's give it a moment more. Of descriptor too close. Okay, it's saying somebody's too close, but I think the recording went wrong here. Set SVM detector. So notice current distance between the objects, minor object, major object, height. Why can't we use eyes? Good question, Suman. If you use eyes, what will happen, buddy? You will be able to identify 2 to 5 or 5 to 10. But what when there are hundreds and thousands of people and you have to do it 24 hours a day? Do you think you can use eyes? You think you can employ somebody? It will become very difficult, buddy. Very difficult, very complex, very unproductive, and many mistakes are possible. That is why we're bringing in computer vision. Okay, Suman? So there it is. Lots of guys too close because they are dancing and things like that and so on, guys. Okay. But hope you're getting an idea. These are the kind of programs that we'll be learning and working on. So let me go ahead and close this one. Center. Quit it. There you go. Okay. So back to the slides. That's what we'll be learning them in Python. The machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision will be focusing more on the Python part of it, guys. Okay. And let's say move this a little bit here. Okay. So gentlemen, ladies, let's see what is happening here. And let's see where is the chat window. Here we go. Thank you, Suman. Just adjust my screen here. So due to Corona, what happened, guys? Here's what happened. People stayed at home. We started reading books. We listened more. We rested more. Oops. Okay. EDA is more important than data science. EDA is the first 40 overs of your cricket match, Nikhil. The last 10 overs of your cricket match is your modeling. Okay, buddy? Oops. Let's give it a moment here. Bring up the manager. Move this a little bit here. Let's see the performance. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so back here. So what is happening as a result of that? We know Corona has hit the entire world financially, but people started taking more rest, more exercises. They played more. They made more art. They learned new ways. They have they're listening more deeply, more meditation, more prayers going on. They met their shadows, which means we are looking at a different perspectives of ourselves, our families, and the way we live and things like that, guys. Okay, people began to think differently. Some people started healing. Absence of people, they some realized their ignorant ways, meaningless ways. The earth also began to heal. Al Gore indicated after Corona, the pollution around the world has reduced by 5%, it seems, guys. Okay. That was just the first part of the speech I heard. I do not know how much is the total impact, but some people say a lot of pollution has been reduced because of the Corona. That is the one good thing out of it, guys. Okay. Because we are not unnecessarily using the mobiles and things like that and causing pollution and things like that. When the danger ended, people found themselves, they grieved for death, new choices were made, and dreamed of new visions, new ways of created new ways of living, completely healed the earth, and just as they were healed. In other words, people started getting people were healing, and also the Mother Earth was healing us. Okay, so what is the problem? What is the problem that we are having here in this slide, guys? Can anyone of you take a friendly guess? What's the problem in this poem or in this picture? Take a friendly guess. It's a tough question, guys, but just in a friendly way. I know it might take some time for you. It's a simple one. What I'm trying to convey, the mask is a problem. Everything is good. The girls, the ladies are pretty and things like that. Nice dresses and things like that, but a little bit old fashioned. But hey, the masks are not so cool, aren't they? Another one that was before COVID. We were together. Now we have to maintain the social distancing and things like that, guys. Okay, we cannot go together. That's a problem. Is mask a problem? Well, mask is a problem, but still it keeps us safe. So we'll call that as no problem. So do keep in mind, maintain social distancing, maintain, may keep wearing the mask, guys. Okay. So now, what can humans do to fight Corona? Okay, so let's try to understand that, guys. Okay, humans cannot fight. When humans fail, what do? Bring in data. Data can help, data can make you smarter. Okay, that is what is data science. What is data science? It is a skill of extracting knowledge from data. You have data, and what do? You're trying to find the knowledge in the data. Cool. So here is a simple example. Imagine somebody has given you a puzzle and they asked you to put the puzzle together. And what is happening as we are putting the puzzle together, we're able to visualize, we're able to analyze. Let me just move this one here from here, put this here. Okay, we're able to visualize, we're able to analyze, guys. All right. And what's happening by the time we are done, we can say it looks like this is a father and a child meeting at a beach on a warm day, on a cloudy day. Maybe they're on a picnic. What are we doing? We are telling a story from a puzzle. What is that? That is data science. What is data science? Being able to tell a story from data is what is called data science. You are given raw data and you tell a story. Story is something which is useful to others and they can use it and they can apply it in real world. What is that? That is what is called insights. What is that? That is a friendly definition of data science. But let's take a slightly technical definition of data science, guys. Okay. So here's what is happening. Before COVID, there were group of people, and these are these groups of people. People are from different countries, counties, cities, locations. They are visiting different kinds of places and things like that, guys. Okay. One day, what happened was a group of people got affected. It looks like some of them were females, some of them were males. So what happened? Now, what is happening? Data is coming to our rescue. What are we trying to do? We are now looking at the data. We are taking uh, the data. One more time. Let me just adjust this one. Just this one. Just this one. So now what we are doing is we are looking at the data and trying to understand how data can help us, guys. Okay, so this is all, imagine the data of the other people. These were some people. So we collect the data of other people. And what do? Well, this is what we can understand. If you notice here, originally there were three pink females, so three pink women on the left hand side. They did not have COVID and things like that. On a fine day, they were COVID infected. Upon looking deeply, what was understood was these three pink. What was special about them? They visited a pub. The girls visited a pub. And by the time they came back, and what happened? Well, they got infected with COVID. So what is pink? Pink is indicating the characteristic that is a pub. They visited a pub. Okay, and what are they? They are females or girls. So with that information, what do? We're going back to the data that we have. Cool. And now imagine this is all the data that we have of all the entire population and things like that. Imagine now we try to find similar patterns. Are there any people who are female or girls and who visited pub? Well, what is happening? It looks like three people who visited pub. 3 out of 3 have got infected with a COVID. So what does that mean? 3 by 3 is 1. 1 is nothing but 100%, which means we can translate that and say, if somebody is a female and she visited pub, there is a 100% chance or a probability that she would get infected with COVID is what we can translate it into, which means we go back to our data, we look for all the people who are females and maybe they visited a pub. What do? Well, you can predict that they are going to get, there's a 100% probability that they're going to get the COVID and you can take care of them. Okay, let's go to the next one. Come here. Here's what is happening. There were a couple of guys. These are males. What's happening? There are one. Here's the second one, and here's the third one. Out of 3, 2 people got infected with COVID. All these guys are the guys who got infected with COVID. So 2 out of 3, who's this? This is purple or violet, and they are male. So what is purple or violet? Well, they visited a restaurant. So what does that mean? It looks like 2 out of 3 people who are visiting. What is special? This guy is also purple. Purple means he also visited the restaurant. So what is happening? It looks like 2 out of 3 people who are visiting a restaurant, they're getting infected with COVID. Is what is the meaning of that? What is 2 by 3? 2 by 3 is 0.66, which is nothing but 66%. So now we can go back to our data that we have and identify all the people who have who are purples, which means they have visited restaurants, and who are they? They are male. What is that? That means there is a 66% they may also get infected with COVID, is what is the meaning of it, guys. Okay, let's go one step deep. Take a look at this one. Here is the green. And what is special about the green? Notice one, there's a two, there's a three here. There are totally 3 green women. What is green? Imagine green is saying, hey, these are the females or the women who visited a bakery and had food at the bakery. What's happening? It looks like 1 out of 3 got infected. What is 1 by 3? 33%. That means if in the entire population there are any other people who are female and they have visited bakery, they have a 33% chance of getting visited. They have 33% chance of getting infected is what we can translate it into. If you take a look at this, these are the combinations of the colors and the genders. What is special about them is they ate the food outside on the streets. What is happening? It is less than 30%. These are the guys who have less than 30% is what can be translated. And what is special about these genders and these colors? These are the colors and the genders, or these are the guys who have stayed at home. What is happening? These are the guys who are not getting infected. What does that mean? What we are doing is we are what is called finding what is called hidden patterns and relationships. So this is what it means to find hidden patterns and relationships in the data. What is it? These are called insights. What is it? That is the story of staying home. What is it? It is the story of the data analytics, which is being applied all over the world today. What's happening? Our analytics has revealed people who are staying home, they have a 100% chance of not getting COVID. That is why the governments themselves are telling the world to stay home and stay safe, guys. Okay, everybody with me, guys? Is that making sense, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Can you type in yes, please? Are you understanding the meaning, and are you getting the point there? Cool. Okay. Okay, thank you, guys. So that is the story of the stay home, and there's a our home and things like that, guys. That's exactly what companies want. They want you to be able to find hidden relationships and hidden patterns in the data. Okay, what is that? That is, so what is data? Data is a new land. What is there on the land? There's a lot of sand and soil on the land. Okay, and what do we want? Well, what we want is not the sand and soil. Anybody can look at the sand and soil and say this is sand and soil, but very few people can find the gold in the land. What is the gold? If you can take the data and try to identify all the people who have a probability or who have a chance of getting COVID, that is knowledge for the governments. That is knowledge for all the citizens of the people. That is gold. That is data science. What do? It is the skill of extracting knowledge from data. Oops. Oops, one more time. I'm going to move this one here. This is coming in my way a lot. Pardon me. So what are we doing? We're using data to fight corona. That is exactly what companies want. Okay, guys, everybody with me? Can you give me a quick yes? Pardon me. Sorry about that. Okay. So what do data scientists do? Let's try to dig a little bit deep into it, guys. Okay. In about 10 minutes, I'll give you a short 5-minute break, guys, just to have a glass of water and things like that. So just a heads up for that, so that we can regroup again for an hour or so again after that. So just be prepared for that. So today, organizations have a lot of data, but the problem is they don't know what to do with the data. What do? We need to use a combination of statistics, programming, machine learning, deep learning, modeling, predictive modeling, and data techniques, and find the knowledge in that. That is what we need to do. That is what data scientists do. What do data scientists do? They find hidden patterns in the data. Again, what is an example of hidden pattern, guys? Okay, remember, pardon me. If we have a group of people, anybody can easily say who's male or female, but very few people can find the people who are likely going to get infected with COVID. What is that? That is knowledge. What is that? That is what data scientists do. Okay, that is what is called hidden patterns of the data. If you want to know the future, look at the past. So let's to understand this, let's apply a little bit of philosophy. Our past, generally what we do is we read something like Ramayana, Mahabharatas. We learn a lot of things from there. What is that? We try to read the past, which is the history. We try to understand the history. When you read these great epics books and things like that, what will happen? We learn a lot of things. When we learn a lot of things, we try not to repeat the mistakes that they have done. So what are we doing? We're looking at the past, learning and applying them in the future. That is what is the meaning of, if you want to know the future, what do? You look at the past, understand the history, and your future will be better. That is what is the meaning of it, is what is Albert Einstein saying, guys. Okay. So what will we do? We will learn the concepts of machine learning and deep learning using Python majorly and Azure ML, guys. Azure ML is machine learning on the cloud. That is what we would be learning as part of our course. And now let's come back here. Let's take a quick look. Okay, take a look at this, guys. These are the kinds of the visualizations slash dashboards which are being built today to explain about COVID and Corona. Whereas what we have here is GDP per cap. Life expectancy is on the y-axis, GDP is on the x-axis. And as the size of the bubble is increasing, notice that is China. What is happening? Its x-axis value and y-axis value are increasing. And let's take a look at India. Oops. Okay, take a look at India. That is in the year 2007, that is the GDP and things like that, guys. Okay, what do? These are the visualizations that we'll be working on. Let's take an example of another one. Come here, take a look at this one. So let's do a play. Notice what's happening here is, as the intensity of the red color is increasing, what's happening? It is the number of affected deaths is increasing. So it looks like China is at the highest, and that is around 215, 2020. We're going to the third week, fourth week, then to the March. More and more countries, as they are becoming lighter green to dark green, more and more countries are getting affected with Corona. More and more deaths are happening. So it looks like China is the highest, followed by, what is that? Iran. Then there is Italy in the dark red. Then the US and the Canada are picking up, guys. Okay, orange, everything. So by the time we have come to April 15th, let's see. Pardon me. There is April 15th. We are in an orange state. That is India. This is China. So now at this stage, it was US, which was at the most darkest red. As the intensity of the red color is increasing, the number of affected deaths is increasing. As the intensity of the green color is increasing, the number of affected deaths is less. So whoever this country is, notice Yemen. For some reason, none. There was only one confirmed death, one confirmed case, but no deaths, zero deaths, zero recovered, and things like that, guys. Okay. So wherever it is more and more green, the prettier. Looks like Africa did not get impacted a lot by the end of April 15. So in other words, these are the kinds of visualizations that we will work generally as part of our data science, or this is what data scientists do, guys. Let's take a quick look at another one, deaths by state. Now take a look at this one. This is the state of USA. And what's happening again, one more time, as it's getting more and more red color as the time is passing by. Okay, different states are getting impacted. So where is the state of India? That is what we'll be learning as part of our course. Okay, guys, we will take the data, we will try to apply. And this is what data scientists do. So all those visualizations which are being shown in your TVs and things like that are the products of data. We'll be using Dash and Plotly. And pardon me. Let me also bring up another one. 2019. Cool. I think, let me go over here. We can app Corona. So let's say, one second, guys. This is coming in my way, taking up my real estate. Move this here. Move this here. And let's run that. Give it a moment. Okay. Let's give it a moment. What's happening? Okay, so if you take a look at this, I just move this here. Close this, maximize this. This is one of the projects that we'll be doing, guys. This is going to be the final project where we'll be building. So it's still getting data. It's accessing a website, getting the latest news. Scroll down here. These are the cases around the world. We can select individual countries and notice it will show us which country, how much is the total number of cases and things like that. There's United States of America. Here is the news from United States of America, the latest news. So DNA linked to COVID-19. Today, everybody is after COVID, trying to understand and solve the problem of COVID, guys. Okay, that's why we're talking about COVID here. Scroll up. Okay, so scroll down here. That is the news. This is, we are getting it dynamically, and then we'll calculate the sentiment. This is where we'll be using the concepts of natural language processing, trying to understand which one is positive news versus which one is negative news. And that is where we will use the techniques of machine learning and deep learning. Here is the word cloud based on the corona. So it looks like these are the words which seem to be dominating. So today, the word proud is coming up long. This is not a very important thing, but hail after, and looks like India is also seems to be a lot in the news. COVID, of course, we all can understand. Looks like black is coming up a lot. So if we scroll down, so down below, we will be adding more predictions and things like that. We'll be looking at ways and techniques how we can add more predictions and things like that. And today, every company, what are they doing? This is what they're trying to understand, how to build the dashboards and the applications. This is the end product of a data scientist, guys, okay? How, and whenever you work on a project, we come up with tools like this and so on, guys, okay? So that's a quick touch of, what we'll be learning out of our course. Back to there it is. Okay, so that's a little bit of visualizations, what I'm trying to convey here. Yes, we'll be learning visualizations in Python and R, guys, okay? Move this here, move this here. Okay, so again, we talked about corona. Some people referred it as overreaction, guys, okay? So a slightly heavy one is coming up. So what we'll do is, if you're all okay, let's take a short 5-minute break, and we'll rejoin in about 5 minutes and continue our presentation and try to understand a few more perspectives of data science, artificial intelligence, guys. Is everybody okay with the 5-minute break, guys? Cool. Okay, once I come back towards the end, just work with me, guys. I'll take your questions a little later towards the end, because there are a few more things that will be helpful and useful to everybody. Once that is done, I'll be taking the questions, guys, the last 15-20 minutes. So just save your questions there. Just allow me to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll continue from here. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back here. Place the link for reference after the session, buddy. Sumant and Venkatesh. After the session is done, we'll be doing that. They'll be uploading the video and things like that. So let's move on. And okay, I'll skip a few. Can you give me? Can you quickly type in yes if you're back, guys? Great. And let's see where we are. Okay, so let's see what we have, guys. There is the story of the flattening the curve. We keep hearing it a lot these days. The news and things like that, they're bombarding and saying, hey, we need to flatten the curve, especially a few days back, they've been talking. This is all the story of the data, guys, okay? What they really mean by flattening the curve is if we can somehow control, when we stay home, we are able to control the number of COVID infections. If you're able to control the number of COVID infections, then what will happen is that is flattening the curve. The healthcare system is able to help the people who are getting infected. So what we really need to do is control or lessen them. And for that, we say, hey, wash your hands, don't touch your face, stay home. And these will bring down that's a simple way. And when the curve flattens, what will happen is the hospitals will have enough, their equipment and everything, they have the capacity to handle is what is the meaning of that, guys, okay? And here is another one. If you're taking a look at this slightly, the, what do you call the dashed line, it is cases without the action, which means that curve is indicating there are a lot of cases without the action. And notice that slightly purple or violet thing. What is that? That is, what are we doing? We are badly treated patients is, we are flattening it. In other words, when somebody gets a COVID, we are trying to flatten the curve here. In other words, those are all the patients who are not treated. And the green one is the well treated. What we are trying to do is the purple is reducing, the green is increasing. So what is happening? Yes, the badly treated patients are being treated and they're becoming well. As they become well, what is happening? They're coming in the green region. Why are they becoming well? Because the flattening of the curve. What is flattening of the curve? Is nothing but the hospitals are treating them. Is what is the meaning of that, guys? Okay, the slightly brownish dashed line. Treatment capacity without action. These are the number of patients which are not treated, and treatment capacity with delay. What's happening is they are kind of, coming to a stagnant. As we are flattening it, they're not increasing, they're kind of becoming stable. How many are being delayed, how many are being taken action is kind of becoming a constant, guys, okay? As data scientists, we create visualizations like that, and we try to tell the story from this one. This is the story of the data. These are the end products of the data scientists, guys, okay? Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? You don't have to perfectly understand it, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of the kind of things that we do and what are the end products of the data scientists and things like that. Okay, so let's see. Enough of COVID. I think I have given an enough idea of COVID and things like that, guys. Okay, so I'll skip a few slides here just to get to a few more. That is what companies need. They have a lot of data. They need people who prepare visualizations, whether it is COVID or sales, or whether it is the marketing or anything that they are. They may be in a healthcare domain or a telecom domain. They want you guys to be able to create visualizations like that and be able to tell different things about their company, what can happen and what not happen, guys. Okay, that's what companies want from you. Okay, so imagine the COVID in the initial days. If we had the lockdown was not there, this is what would have happened, guys. Okay, in 30 days it was predicted the exponential growth and things like that. I'm cutting short a little bit to get on to a few more other topics here, but in 30 days about 1 million people would have been impacted, and in 47 days that would have been 10 million people. In 64 days that would have been 100 million. In 81 days that would have been 1 billion if the lockdown was not impacted. So what is this? This is called exponential growth. When people, you keep hearing on the news channels and things like that, I'm sure 90 or maybe 95 or maybe 99% of the people do not understand what it means by exponential growth, guys. This is exponential growth. These are the things which cannot be interpreted on a linear scale. So that is why logarithmic scale is used, and these are the things that we'll be learning, or this is what we'll be doing, uh, guys. Okay, we've already taken a break, so back to data scientists, gentlemen, ladies. Her name is Nadia. She's a Nobel Prize winner. That is face detection. I have earlier tried to do the face detection, but for some reason it didn't really catch my face. I'm thinking it is because of the background. That is called eye detection. Can anyone of you spot the big guy here? Who's the most prominent person here? Can you spot the prominent? There you go. Okay. Now there's a small problem in this slide, in this picture. Can anyone of you take a guess what is the problem? Can you take a guess what is the problem? Okay, so if you notice, this guy is looking at the side. These are all, I think, the Nobel Prize winners of this time, of the time of Albert Einstein and the famous physicists and chemists and things like that, guys. Okay, so one guy happened to look at the side and our program did not catch. So that is what we would be detecting. Face not detected. That's what we would be learning. Those are the kind of things that we would be working on. So there's a car, there's a nameplate, and now we are blurring it. What is that? Those are the kind of concepts that we'll be learning in computer vision. Those are just the basic concepts. We'll be actually learning much more deeper concepts, but I just wanted to give you a touch of computer vision. Will be actually we'll be using Python because 99% of the world uses Python when it comes to data analytics, Python, machine learning, deep learning, and things like that, guys. Okay, somebody's head turned. That is right, buddy. So that's what companies need from you guys. It is not only important what we want, but it is more important what the companies want, because that's where the jobs are. Our end goal is to get the jobs and things like that. Again, that is, so here comes the part two. So gentlemen, ladies, the message: stay home, stay safe, keep learning, invest in knowledge. If you keep learning, then you're doing the best investment. You're making the best out of your life. You're not wasting your time just staying home, guys. Okay, so just a friendly mantra, keep it in mind. We're in the world. About 20 years back, it was called as IT revolution. If anybody wanted a job in 1990s and 2000s, they were learning Javas and .NETs. That was called the age of IT revolution. 10 years later, if anybody wanted a job, they were learning the mobile programming, the Androids and things like that. That is called the smartphone revolution. Today, we are in the world of data revolution and AI revolution. You need to learn about the techniques of data, how to work with data, when to use a hammer, when to use a screwdriver, what's a hammer, when to use a machine learning, when to use a deep learning. So we're in the world or age of what is called data revolution, guys. Okay, this is the complete life cycle of data science. Let's see if we can have a quick look at this. Oops, one more time. Come here. Gonna move this one here. Let's see if it will cooperate. There you go. So there is the scope, there is the understanding, there is a build period, deployment and run. So scoping is where we are trying to understand the business ideas, generate multiple ideas, assess the feasibility. These are all the internal steps. I will not read everything of them, but most of the time we'll be spending our time here as a data scientist. Okay, we'll be analyzing the data, we'll be preparing the data, then we'll be training. So in other words, these two steps will become your first 40 overs of your cricket match. Or in other words, think of this as the first, first 40 overs of the cricket match. And this generally becomes the last 10 overs of the match, where we are actually building the predictive models and then evaluating, trying to increase the accuracy and things like that. You're predicting, imagine tomorrow there is a cricket match with Australia. Australia is a tough team. You can predict if India is going to win or not. You can also predict what score Sachin versus what score Virat is going to score. And you can evaluate it. You can test how many times your predictions are going to be coming right versus wrong and things like that, guys. Okay. Most of the time, this is where we spend the time. If you go a little bit deep into these steps, these are the companies. I think one of the slide got missed here. Okay. So you take any company or domain, telecom, pharmaceutical, financial industry, and anyone and everyone today are trying to use the concepts of machine learning and deep learning, guys. Okay, and there's a lot of demand, but not many people are available. There's a lot of national gap by 2017, and that's a slightly old one, but a lot of shortage of data scientists. More precisely, guys, when they say shortage of data scientists, what that means is many domains are realizing that they need the principles of machine learning and deep learning. And what is happening is some are hiring new people, some are training their existing people with machine learning and deep learning. These things take time. And what happens is when they take the existing companies and they are training them, they may not get up to speed because they are working in their, they are trying to learn. That may not be so fruitful. So that is where they are looking for new talent who are completely trained and things like that. Okay, so 90% of the clients need it, only 40% have cited it. In other words, there some of them are yet to realize. When they realize, a lot more jobs will be there. And again, it is the sexiest job of the 21st century. It has been the number one job in America for 2016, 2017, and 2018 also, guys. I do not know about 2019, 2020. We cannot say right now. But the last 3 years, it has been the number one job in America, guys. Okay. So a little bit of literature there, just a quick touch of it. Everybody with me so far, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Type in a quick yes. Are you all with me? Okay. We'll talk a little bit. I'll give you a little touch of what is machine learning and artificial intelligence, guys. Okay. So here is machine learning. Anybody among you who do not use YouTube, guys? Do any of you do not use YouTube? Which means everybody uses YouTube, right, guys? I don't think there's anybody whom you'll find will come across common generally who will not use YouTube, guys. Imagine you go to YouTube, you search for Shah Rukh Khan. What do you think YouTube will recommend, guys? Imagine you're watching a movie of Shah Rukh Khan or a song of a Shah Rukh Khan. Can you take a guess what YouTube will recommend? His movies and songs are? How about Salman Khan? Gentlemen, ladies, YouTube uses machine learning. You cannot say that it will be Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, or Akshay Kumar or Katrina. It uses machine learning. Machine learning will show the recommendations, guys. Okay, that's in other words, YouTube uses machine learning. Imagine Saransh. Saransh is a went to a retail a shop. Let us say he purchased bread in a store. Can you take a guess? Customers who purchase bread, what they might also be interested in or what they may also buy, guys? Jam, okay, good one. Anything else? Butter, good one. How about milk, right? Some people eat bread and milk, right, guys? So what is that? Understanding that when somebody purchases bread, they will purchase jam, butter, or milk is logical, is easy to understand, is simple to understand. Okay, but customers who are purchasing diapers ended up purchasing beer. Come here, come here. Customers who were purchasing diapers ended up purchasing beer. What is that? That is machine learning. Machine learning finds that kind of patterns. They are what are they? Not only are they hidden patterns, they are interesting and super interesting patterns. Why? How customers who are purchasing diapers are purchasing beer? There is a story behind it, guys. Okay, so that is what is machine learning. And what will we do? We'll be learning that kind of algorithms in Python, in using Python in the course. And imagine you go to Google, you type in Salman, immediately it is predicting you're looking for Salman Khan. Okay, and what is that? That is what we'll learn. Okay, Python is a programming language like Java or .NET. Guys, for those of you who are not familiar with Python, we'll be learning from basics and things like that. So you don't have to worry about those things. But I'm just giving you again a slightly high level explanation, buddy. Okay, we all use Google Maps. We all know, let's say we go from home to work or work to home. We're coming from work to home. We all know the way, but still we'll use Google Maps. Why? Google Maps is capable of predicting the traffic at what points of time, on what streets, on what highways the traffic will be high versus low and things like that. what will happen if we use Google Maps? We come home a little early. If we come home a little early, we are spending a little time more with our family. Spending a little time more with our family is more precious than any amount of wealth in the world. Everybody agree with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? If you're able to spend a little bit more time with your family, that is more than any wealth in the world, guys. Okay. So what is that? Google Maps. What does Google Maps do? Machine learning. It uses machine learning to show us the directions, guys. Okay. I'm sure tomorrow you will all go to Naukri's, Monsters, LinkedIn's, and you'll be starting to search for jobs and things like that, guys. Okay. What do? They use machine learning. When you use your phone, it's detecting your face. What is that? That is machine learning. Again, we are going to be learning. These are all going to be the case studies that we will be doing as part of our course, guys. Okay, so that's what I'm just giving you a touch of it. Machine learning is the heart of global megatrends and innovations. In other words, anything, uh, any companies which are the latest and the greatest, they are becoming the latest and the greatest because of one of the most important things they are using is the machine learning, guys. Okay, so again, Roger Roger is a kid. He touches fire and he learns when you touch fire, your fingers will burn. So, what is happening now? Saransh is a friend of Roger. Saransh can learn from Roger when you touch fire, fingers will burn. As humans, we learn from each other's experience. What is machine learning? Humans learn from experience, machines learn from data. That is machine learning. Okay, guys? So here is another example. So imagine there are cars traveling on both sides of the roads and we need to find the line, the spot. This time we are not going to be walking on the footpath, but we are going to be standing or walking on in between these two sides of the cars. And what should we do? We should find a spot which is the most safest. What would be that? That would be the green spot. What is special about it? It is as far away as possible from both sides of the cars. If we were to stand or if we were to walk on the black line, then we would be as safe as possible if we have to do that, guys. Okay. What is that? Again, the reds are one sides of the cars and greens are the other sides of the car. What do? We need to find the line. What is that? There are three lines we can draw here. Line 1, line 2, and line 3. Out of these three lines, the mid line is as far away as possible from both sides of it. If we choose that line, that is as far away as possible from both sides of the cars and will be as safe as possible. What do? You don't do anything. That is the mathematics of machine learning. Machine learning will find that line. What do? We use machine learning to find that line. Okay, that is, again, we will use Python. Again, that's one of the algorithms, support vector machines in Python, how we would be, and we'll be understanding the concepts like that, guys. Okay, another one, there are some apples and oranges. Here are more apples and oranges. All these apples, what is special about them is they are similar to apples. And all these oranges, they look like oranges. So if you pick up an apple and ask anybody what is this one, it is easy to say this is an apple or an orange. But there is a problem with this apple. What is that? This apple looks like an orange. And these, imagine these oranges, they actually look like lemons or maybe apples. So what is the problem? Humans fail. When humans fail, what do? You bring in the machines. What do machines do? Machines can tell you whether this is an apple or an orange, guys. Okay, that's another case study that we would be looking at. So here are the apples, here are the oranges. What do? We use similar principles. First, identify the line where the apples and the oranges are as far away as possible. That might be a little bit difficult for you to understand. That's more of a terminology of machine learning you'll be understanding later. But if the apples and oranges are like this, you can draw a line and separate it. What do you do if the apples and oranges are mixed up like that? You cannot draw that line. That line will not separate the apples and oranges. This line here is separating the apples and the oranges, guys. If something falls on this side, that is called an orange. If something falls on this side, it's called an apple. But if they are like this cannot separate it. This cannot separate it. This cannot separate it. Cannot separate it. This is separating all the apples, all the oranges. But some of the apples are falling on this side. Okay, what is this, guys? This is called machine learning thinking. Damn it, man. Sorry about that. So what do we do? Well, that is where machine learning comes to our rescue. What does it do? It takes your points. Imagine it plots it on one axis. Okay. Then what does it do? It applies a function. Then what do?
It applies another function. It squares these values, and now you're able to draw a line. The line can clearly separate the apples and oranges. This is the mathematics of machine learning. We will understand the concepts of mathematics of machine learning. This is called projecting to a higher dimension. That is part of the machine learning. Yes, these are the concepts. So now, what do you do? If you have apples and oranges mixed up like that, what an algorithm can do is it can project it into three dimensions. It can project it into a high dimension. Here it is not possible to draw a line, but if you can project it into a high dimension, it is possible to draw a line. A line is called a hyperplane in three dimension. What happens after you draw a line in a three dimension, you can project it back into a two-dimensional plane. And what is happening is it is separating the apples and oranges. This is machine learning. Everybody with me, guys. This is what we'll be learning as part of the um, machine learning, and we will be using Python also for these things, guys. Okay, can you give me a quick yes, guys? I don't expect you to be perfect, but I'm just showing you a touch of what is the mathematics of machine learning is looking like, guys. Yes, I'm not expecting you to get it, buddy. I'm just giving you an idea of what the machine learning, the mathematics of machine learning is looking like. Okay, so these are things we'll simplify it in the coming up days. Imagine you're an LKG kid. I'm just showing you, hey, what your 10th class is going to look like. You will obviously not get it. What you need to do is you need to complete your LKG, UKG first to 9, then get into 10th class. Okay, buddy? This is what the machine learning and the deep learning concepts are going to look like, guys. Okay, let's take another example. So take a look at this, guys. What this is saying is a positive correlation between the height of a child and age. As the child grows, his or her height increases almost linearly. What it means is, notice the height is on x-axis, y-axis, the weight is on x-axis. What is happening is, as the weight of a baby is increasing, no, sorry, age, this is the months, this is the age of babies in months. As the age of babies is increasing, the height is also increasing, guys. Can you take a guess why when the age increases, the height of a baby is increasing? Can you think of a reason? Why is the height of a baby increasing when the age of a baby is increasing? Okay, that's a tough question, but a simple answer. That is nature. That is natural. As simple as that. More precisely, as one is increasing, the other one is increasing, guys. That is a biology, the nature of the biology, and the nature of the nature, the nature of the divine, the nature of everything, guys. Okay. So now notice this one. A negative correlation between temperature and the time babies take to crawl. Babies take longer to learn to crawl in cold months than in warm months. What does that mean? Take a look at this. So here is, oops, let's come here. Take a look at this. Here's what is happening. Temperature is on the x-axis. The time babies are taking to crawl is on the y-axis, guys, okay? What's happening is, as it is going in this direction, what this means is, these points have a high x-axis. Their x-axis value is more, but their y-axis value is less. Oops, let's say, here is the y-axis. Y-axis is less. Let's choose this one. Put this back here. Their x-axis is more. And for these, it is reverse. Their x-axis is less, but their y-axis is more. Okay, so what that means is, when the temperature is less, let's say, let's do a little bit of cleanup. When these are these scenarios, when the temperature is less, the time the babies are taking to crawl is more. When the temperature is more, come here, that the time the babies are taking to crawl is less. Can you think of a reason why babies are taking less time to crawl when the temperature is more, which means when it is warm and hot, babies are taking less time to crawl. But when it is cold, babies are taking more time to crawl. Can you think of a reason, guys? Why are babies taking less time to crawl when it is hot and warm? They're comfortable on the ground. Okay, as simple as that, guys. Because the fold, yes, as simple as that.
They are taking more time because when it is cold, they are packed. Moms will pack them up. It's not easy to move. The floor is cold and things like that. Nothing much logical. In other words, more precisely, what is happening is as the temperature is increasing, the time is decreasing. As the temperature is decreasing, time is increasing. This is machine learning thinking. As a Java or a .NET programmer, you're thinking in terms of programming. As a data scientist, a machine learning engineer, you'll be thinking like this. Which one is increasing, which one is decreasing, and things like that, guys, okay? So now here is another example. Analysis of student grades in mathematics and English. Use correlation to determine if the students who are good at mathematics tend to be equally good at English. Imagine you went to your school. You took the data of your school. Let's say you're studying in 10th class section A. And what you're observing is all the students, do you think all the students who get good marks in English will also get good marks in mathematics, guys? Do you agree? Or you don't? Yes or no? Can you type in? All the students who get good marks in English, will they get good marks in mathematics? Saransh, why nobody? Can you give me a reason? Any one of you? Whether yes or no? English is literature. Good answer there, Saransh. Huh? English is literature. So just doesn't mean if you're good in English literature, it doesn't mean you will get good marks in analytical. Maths is analytical, guys, okay? So it also depends on the interest. That's also a good one there. So it is not a guarantee, guys, okay? What is that? Again, that's an example. Now, here is another one. Myth, correlation does not imply causation. That is a big mantra in the world of data science and AI or machine learning, guys, okay? So India loses a match if Sachin hits a century. Do you all agree, guys? If Sachin hits a century, will India lose a match? Okay, Saransh says no. Can you think of a reason, Saransh, in a friendly way, buddy? Not all the time. Good answer. Practical there. There are 10 more players. Good one. As simple as that. Some very good answers coming from Saransh. Huh? So, in other words, does it imply causation? So, what is correlation? What is causation? That is what is data science about, guys. Okay. So, that is what we'll be understanding. Just because in a few games, whenever Sachin was hitting a century, India was losing, it doesn't mean that if Sachin hits a century, India will lose. If that is true, imagine there's a cricket match with Australia tomorrow. What will Australia do? Australia need not do anything. They can just make sure Sachin will hit a century, so give him easy balls and make him hit a century, India will lose a game. That is what is called causation, guys, okay? So those are the principles of machine learning. And here comes the data. What is this? Imagine there is some data here. We have a profit. There are a group of companies, we have their profit. How much they have spent on R&D, how much they have spent on administration. Administration, R&D is R&D, research and development. Administration is how much you're spending on your infrastructure, chairs, tables, sofas, fancy things, and so on. Marketing is marketing, straightforward, state is state. So now what we need to do is we need to build a model. We need to take this data and we need to predict a new company what its profit is going to be. What do we do? That's where comes in machine learning. There are two kinds of learning, machine learning, which is called supervised and unsupervised learning, guys, okay? We will use supervised learning. You take the data. These are the steps that we'll be performing. What do? You partition the data. And then you try to build the model and you try to make a prediction. So as part of this supervised learning, what you do, the profit can depend on many things. How much Sachin, imagine there's a cricket match tomorrow, how much Sachin will score tomorrow may depend on the bowling pitch, the batting pitch, the temperature. Is it in India? Is it outside India? And things like that, guys. Okay. So what do? How much Sachin will score may depend on the temperature of the bowling pitch or the batting pitch, but it will not depend on the phone number of the audience. In our data, if they have also given the phone number of the audience, you need to remove it. What is it? That is what we do at the time of building a model. What are some of the important things there which will influence Sachin's score? Okay, what is it? If you are taking the data, such as the phone numbers of a few people, in trying to predict what Sachin is going to score, that is called a garbage model. If you take garbage data, you will get a bad model. That is garbage. Okay, what is this? That is what we'll be learning as part of the machine learning. Again, we'll be using Python here, guys. Okay, so that's a quick touch of machine learning, guys. I don't mean to make you an expert. If time permits, in the second part of the workshop, maybe I think it is going to be next week sometime,
We will try to go over some examples of code and things like that. Today, I'm just giving you the examples, the high-level examples of the case studies and projects we are looking at, guys. Everybody okay with that, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Everybody doing okay there? Okay. Again, I'm not trying to make you an expert today. I'm just giving you an idea of the things we will be doing, what are the kind of things which are happen, how they happen, and things like that. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So some good remarks coming there. I appreciate that, guys. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about artificial intelligence, guys. We've been talking. The next class, the support team will let you know, buddy. It will probably be next Saturday, and that next Monday, probably they're going to start the uh, new session. Harshit. Okay. So let's get a little bit of touch of what is artificial intelligence, guys. It is the new electricity. Okay. What does that mean? We know that electricity, without electricity, it becomes very difficult for us to live. Okay. About 100 years back, electricity transformed every major industry. In other words, AI is everywhere. Why? Electricity, just like electricity is everywhere. It is hard to imagine any place without any electricity. You go to any village, any city. Today, without electricity, nobody is there, guys. Okay. So it is just like AI is becoming just like that. When electricity was invented for the very first time, what happened? In a few years, everybody started using electricity. With the AI evolving, every one of us, whether we know it or not, we are using artificial intelligence, guys. Okay. When you use Google, when you use YouTube, what is happening? That is nothing but indirectly artificial intelligence, guys. Okay. So every industry is trying to understand how to use and apply AI in their industry. The heart of artificial intelligence is machine learning. So far, we've been looking at machine learning. We've been talking about machine learning. That is the heart of AI. The heart of machine learning is deep learning. Think of artificial intelligence like cricket. Machine learning is learning how to hit the fours. Deep learning is learning how to hit the sixes. When fours fail, bring in sixes. Okay. Type in WhatsApp messages. When you type in the WhatsApp messages, it's giving you a prediction. I think in your mobiles, it's predicting what is the word that you're trying to fill up. That is also AI, guys. Okay. So here's what is going to happen in the next 5 years. If you're an underwriter, if you're a bank teller, if you're an accountant, if you're a taxi driver, your job is going to go. Jobs are going to be gone. In the next 10 years, if you're a financial analyst, a construction worker, or a farmer, the job is going to be gone. AI is going to be taking over every job that is there. Okay. How much is the truth? That is what we'll try to understand, guys. Okay. So that is what is happening in the real world. But do any of you have an idea what exercises do to your brain, guys? Can anyone of you think whether it is positive or negative, guys? What exercises do to your brain? Would would exercises do something positive to your brain, or would they do something negative? How about meditation? Would that do something positive or negative? Meditation is also like a game, like an exercise. They give rest to the brain, they clear the mind, they fill it with positivity, right? Take a look at this. If you're at home, try this one. This girl or lady, she's having a right hand on the top, left hand below. What is it? Most of the people can reach it, but try to do the reverse. I can do the right to left, but I cannot do the left to the right. If you're at home, you can give a try. But notice what is happening. If exercises were a drug, we would say its benefits were too good to be true. Not only does it keep us healthy and help us live longer, it makes us smarter and happier. Working out can enhance memory, speed up reaction times, improve attention, and alleviate depression. It may even stave off neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Gentlemen, ladies, it seems exercises, sports are so good for the health. They are better than drugs. People take illegal drugs for getting false pleasure. If you do exercises, you play sports, what is it? You're really accessing the super pleasure, it seems. You don't need to take drugs, is what is the message of it. They are super drugs, is what it is, in a positive sense. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes, please? Are you all understanding the point? Cool. Gentlemen, ladies, that is the story of data analytics. Okay, so keep that in mind, pass it on to your kids and your families. Tell your families not to restrict the kids from playing and ask them to study. Don't ask them to put them in the jails and make them study 24 hours. Let them play. The entire India is making their kids sit in the rooms and jailing them, not allowing them to play. We must let them play. Good, Arun. Very good point, guys. Extremeness of everything is bad. That is also a very good point. Oops. Thank you, buddy. Screen is being paused. Okay. One moment, guys. Okay. There you go. Hope you can see my screen now. So just keep that in mind in a friendly way. I don't mean to put too much pressure in you guys. Okay. That is a story that is which the artificial intelligence has developed. That's why I'm showing it to you guys. Okay. Or story of data science is another way to say it. Now here's what happened in Google. In Google, when conducted a study recently determined whether the company was underpaying women and members of minority groups. It seems somebody sued Google. They put a case uh, in a case court against Google saying that they are paying less to the women and the minority groups. But what happened? That is where when they took their data, they analyzed the data. What did they find? They found out that Google was actually paying less to the males, not to the females. That was what it is. So as a result of that, they ended up increasing the remuneration uh, for males rather than females, guys. That's what it ended up. That is what is the story of the data game. All right. Now here comes an AI, much more realistic or much more direct impact, guys. University of Nottingham researchers created an AI system that scanned routine medical data to predict patients would have strokes or heart attacks within 10 years, which means they created an AI system which is predicting in the next 10 years who's going to get a heart attack. So this system, so they have used AI means they have used machine learning as they are making predictions. It is indicating who's the patient who might get the heart attack in the next 10 years. If you know who's going to get a heart attack, if a hospital know who's going to get a heart attack in the next 10 years, what do you think? Is that good or bad, guys? Okay, that is good. So what can a hospital do? Well, if they know somebody is going to get a heart attack, they're going to give them a call. They'll tell them, hey, buddy, you have to take care. Your, your data is indicating that you might get a heart attack. So slow down and things like that. They can give them some good suggestions, precautions, and things like that, guys. Okay. And in the now, if you start calling everybody and giving them a warning, saying that, buddy, you need to take care of it, and nobody gets a heart attack, is that good or bad, guys? That is super good. That is beyond good. Can you imagine a world without any heart attacks, guys? That is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not going to steal our jobs. It is it is going to come in and help us in our jobs, guys. Okay. So today what University of Nottingham is doing is it is now applying the same concept to all the existing diseases. It is using the data to predict who's going to get a cancer in the next few years, who's going to get a, some other kinds of diseases and things like that. So what will happen is the same application or the system is now being used in different kinds of data to predict different kinds of diseases. And if you are able to predict and if you're able to warn them, nobody will get a disease. If the Mother Earth or the global Earth on the globe, nobody would have any diseases. That is a very, very good thing, guys. Okay. It is something humans never imagined. That is artificial intelligence. Okay, guys. It is not just coming in to steal our jobs. It is coming in to help us in a way that humans never have thought of. You cannot even imagine for a moment a global earth or an earth without a disease, guys. Okay. There is much more. We can talk about that in a general way, but I just want to give you a quick idea of what is AI about too, guys. Okay. It is the important thing is it is not stealing our jobs. It will help us do our jobs in a different way. That is what it is. We have to steal AI subject.
subject concept. In other words, you don't steal, you learn. Naga Brahma. You don't have to steal, buddy. You learn the AI. That is what it is. Help me in transportation. Okay. In transportation and roadways, Anil, what you do is, until today, what is happening is, if you want to take a bus, you go to the bus station, you stand there, and you wait for the bus. But what can AI and data science do? Well, if you are planning to go somewhere at your home, you can sit, you can open your mobile, and in your mobile app, you can see at what time your bus is going to come. Okay, and the mobile app will predict at what time it is going to be there. If there is any late, it will right away indicate to you. You don't have to go there and wait there. It can give you an indication that hey, there is a likely chance there is more traffic in the other roads, so you stay back at your home few more minutes and start later. There are many scenarios like that, Daniel. And that is what they are also trying to understand. How can we use AI? How can we use machine learning concepts in transportation, roadways, railways, and things like that, guys? Okay. How can we predict about the medical health of a person? That's what we learn, Sumanth. That is the story of the data. You use the data. Data is your weapon. Machine learning is another weapon, is a super weapon. It will help you. It is not 100% correct, but it will help you. The code we have developed for identifying faces completely using Python, machine learning. Yes, Bhopal. Yes, buddy. Machine learning, deep learning, I will go more deep into using Python, buddy. Okay, so here is the eye. It seems what is special about the eye is it seems when a physician or a doctor looks at an eye, what can they do? They can detect one or two diseases. But when the AI looks at an eye, it can detect 50 diseases in the eye. That is the power of AI. Okay, guys. How does data science help in mechanical engineering? Oh, you can predict, buddy. You can predict when your machines are going to fail. As simple as that. That one thing is enough for you to make this thing. You can predict any machine. If you give the data, you can predict a machine. You go to your company and tell them you can help them predicting when their machines are going to fail. They will. And you show them a small case study, they will fall in love with you. Or in other words, that's a very good thing. You'll save a lot of money. Shanta Kumar. Catching it, buddy. Yeah, we'll be sharing it, Harini, at the end of the session. Shreyas, I think they'll put it somewhere on the web or YouTube or something like that. They'll post links and things like that. You can also take the course, guys. That will be pretty helpful for you. So, gentlemen, ladies, one more time. Pass, catch, and shoot are the fundamentals. Every company in any domain, in every domain, they are trying to uh, understand machine learning and deep learning. AI is becoming the fundamental of any domain. If we have an idea, if we learn these concepts, we will have an advantage, guys. Okay. So just reminding you again, we'll be using deep learning techniques to do these things. We'll learn the deep learning and related algorithms to identify this kind of concepts and learn that kind of concepts, guys. Okay. So notice there again, if you're looking at this one, that's a touch of a image. What's happening in eye? And if you look from front, it looks like somebody's looking at the side. If you look from side, it looks like somebody's looking at the front. For humans, that gets a little complicated. If you look at this one, at a slightly far away distance, it looks like an old woman. But some people, when they look at this one, they say they're looking at mountains. Some people say they see the grass. Some people say they look at a boy. Some people say they look at a girl. Some say there's a girl who's looking at that side. There's a tidal wave. There's a cloth and things like that. Humans can catch limited number of patterns. Give it to deep learning, machine learning, neural networks. They will catch many patterns that human eyes cannot catch. Okay, so take a look at that. If you look from front, it looks like a rabbit. Look from side, it looks like a duck. What is that? Again, a pretty woman, a pretty lady. But you look for a long time, your eyes will hurt. What is the advantage? That's where deep learning comes to your rescue. It will identify complex patterns in images, in videos, and things like that, and help us identify patterns in images, videos, and things like that. So take a look at that.
So what we need to do is we want a job. What do? Look for what companies want. That's what they want, guys. Okay. Nice. Saransh, thank you, buddy. Today's class. Okay, nice. Good to know, Saransh. I appreciate that. Some good words there. Please feel free to share. So, gentlemen, ladies, the same kind of principles are being used to identify what is a cat versus dog. Why is it important? Today, the same principles of convolutional neural networks, which is a deep learning, is being used to detect the COVID. They're taking the X-ray images. So here is a X-ray image of the lungs of a person who does not have COVID, and on the right-hand side, this person has a COVID. What do? We are using the same deep learning algorithms and trying to detect or predict who has the COVID versus who does not have the COVID, guys. Okay. Share the code and setup as it is set. Every coin has two sides. Having a positive and negative impact, like fire, we can use fire to cook food. Oh, good. Or fire can be used to burn a human. House down. Oh, okay, good. Similarly, it can be used to chase a person down who's, very nice, Arun. Very nice. Extremely good. Really appreciate that. Impressive. Super impressive, Arun. Keep it up, buddy. So very good. If any one of you have access to the chat window, please look at Arun's description there. Some very appealing way of saying it, and super things there, guys. In human beings, our supervisor identifies training we need to undergo. In machines, we can supervise machine identify the training. Exactly, Amit. That's very true. Veeravani, Amit Veeravani. So that is true. We supervise the machines. We train the machines. That is what is machine learning. That is what is supervised learning, Amit. Okay, buddy. So, so more of what AI can do. United Nations, what do they want to do? They want to identify who is under the poverty region today. For that, what are they doing? They want to identify a single person in the entire world. It's like identifying a needle in the haystack. What do? Bring in deep learning. Next, if you identify whoever needs is in need of a genuine need of money, not in need of money because they did not work, they were lazy, but they're in genuine need of money. And what do? You can help them. Zero hunger. Who is genuinely hunger? If you're lazy, you're not working, and you're getting hungry and saying that I'm hungry, that is not right. But you're genuinely hungry because of that. What do? Find the needle in the haystack. Okay. So next, good health. Who is not well? What do? Find the guy. Find the person. It is generally not one or two, but around the world there will be lots of countries. There are lots of cities, towns, and things like that. They are like the needles. What do? Bring in deep learning. What is United Nations doing? They are trying to eradicate poverty. They are trying to eradicate hunger. They are trying to eradicate, people or countries or locations which do not have healthy people. In other words, they want to make everybody healthy and all these things. Can you imagine a world without all these problems, guys? Anybody? Can you give me a quick yes or no? A world without poverty, a world without hunger, a world where everybody is healthy, a world where you have a quality education. Can you imagine? Gentlemen, ladies, welcome to the world of data science and artificial intelligence. Go learn Java or .NET programming. See if you're ever thinking like this. That is what is data science, guys. Okay, that is what is the world of AI. That is why it is called the sexiest job of the 21st century. You wake up as a data scientist, as an AI engineer or an AI professional, we are solving this kind of problems. Everybody with me, guys? Can you give me a quick yes? Is that, are you able to understand what we mean? Cool. Okay, so let's see. We have a few more things to go here, but let's see a little bit about machine learning and things like that, guys. Okay, so what we'll do today, if time permits, I will continue the second part of it in the next thing, guys. For today, I'll take up any questions and things like that. Let me come here. I'll say separate this here. And this is going to be part 2. From here, I'll continue the part 2. Probably that is going to be the next Saturday or next Sunday, guys. So please stay tuned. I'll give you a few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes for some questions and things like that. Please type in your questions and suggest some books. Lots of books, buddy. Saransh. Data science from scratch, machine learning in Python. O'Reilly publications are good publications, Saransh. You can start with them. But generally what happens is they go into a lot of complex and unnecessary
statistical things, that's where you'll get confused. So that's where we can come to your rescue and we can kind of help you in understanding what is necessary, what is not necessary, and things like that. Feedback link. Okay, thank you, Arun. Appreciate that. I think they will pass that link to you. Okay, any other questions, guys? Can you quickly type in? Let's give about maybe 10 minutes like that. Manufacturing shop floor with robots, Camstar, and automated 22 business process. Should I consider? Absolutely, Amit. It will be helpful for you. I will not overpromise. I will not make too many promises for you, but it will open up your, it will give you many ideas how you can take these concepts, go back to your company, and how you can apply them, especially if you're into similar kind of field and things like that. Yes, Ankita, I will start from basics of Python and R and SQL also. Okay, we have also added SAS and SPSS for the advantage of, you'll have a advantage when you're doing the job search and career search. Probably a few topics, 90% of the topics will be covered by me. Just some basic concepts will be covered by another person because they have added some additional topics and things like that, guys. Okay. Course fee and time, please contact the support Nishant. And let's see, lots of questions coming here. What exactly can we expect at the end of the course? Data scientist. You're going to be a data scientist. You're going to be an AI professional. And let's say go up here. These are things that you can expect to be good in. Python, I will go deep into it. Spark, I'll give you a good touch of it, more from a practical standpoint. SAS and SPSS also, you're going to be good. R and Spark, I'll give you a quick touch of it, guys. With Python, most of the people who are coming from the R world are also switching into Python. So I'm reducing a little bit on R and focusing more on Python. SAS and SPSS are commercial tools. It is always a good idea to have an idea about that. Attendance of the feedback link, okay. Should I consider AI? Solar panel industry. Solar panels, yeah, yeah. Guys, any industry you might be in, if you have access to data, these concepts, these will be very, very useful for you because you can apply these machine learning concepts on using that data and go back to your company or industry and produce them and tell them and explain them, hey, these are some of the additional things that we can do. So no matter in which industry, if you have some data, if you don't have any data, if you also, by learning these concepts, you can generate new ideas and you can also look at the world in a different way. It will be very, very helpful, guys. Okay. More about course and timelines. Okay. And course fee. Okay. What exactly? I think course and AI, ML, and DL. No, Django is not necessary. Bhopal. Instead of Django, I'll be covering Flask, and what is it? Streamlit. These are the new things that we are adding. Bhopal. Django is more of a pure Python UI programming, web programming. Bhopal. Okay. Tesla uses data science. Yes, the driverless cars. I said in about 5 years, all the drivers are going to lose their jobs. Probably not in India. It'll take a little bit more time. That is because of the driverless cars. That's going to be a reality because of machine learning and deep learning. Okay, guys. Okay, Saraj. Data mining is a slightly old-fashioned way of saying data science, Gautam. I'll give you a simple answer. I can talk more about it, but for the sake of simplicity, data mining is an old-fashioned name of machine learning. Cool. I need to learn from the scratch means from the ground level. Yes, Sumant. So if you're a fresher, we can also help you in some virtual internships, guys, at the end of the course. And Sumant, we'll be going from basics of Python. The only thing we will be expecting from you is, let's come here, this one. Practicing on a daily basis. If you stick to the practice, then, okay, you will be able to catch up. You don't have to be too scared of the programming background and things like that, Suman. And please share the code. Yes, I'm working on big data engineer, more interested. Yes, we know that will be a very, very good match for you. No, you don't need Python. I'll be going from basics of Python on you. Even if you don't know Python, it is okay. You don't have to be an athlete to learn cricket. We'll teach you how to run, how to do the bowling and batting. Spark is faster Hadoop with it. Short and sweet, Spark is faster Hadoop. It makes Hadoop run faster. It's an in-memory big data analytics framework. Okay. So today everybody who's in Hadoop is looking at Spark, so that's why I'll be focusing more on Spark. In process design, so yeah, short answer yes, Shanta Kumar. Short answer is yes. You can use it in process design engineering and things like that. Other softwares, and these are the most important softwares, Gautam, in AI. Being a web developer, can we learn data science and use it? Yeah, absolutely. How the click ratio, there are a lot of customers who come to your website, suddenly they churn away, they leave. You don't know why. You can analyze their data. You can start advising every company why customers are leaving them. That's only one use case. Need to learn from scratch. I'm a telecom engineer, zero programming. There is the message. I will teach you programming, Sumant, and the slide should tell you something. He's telling you something, buddy. That's what you need to do. On a daily basis, whatever I cover, you go home and practice it, and you'll definitely be able to make it. Okay? ML, is it a must to use cloud? No, it's not a must. But we'll be looking at Azure ML. If time permits, I'll also cover some concepts of AWS if time permits, guys. But that should be more than enough. You'll be able to take it by yourself. Vinod, okay, more interested in AI. Okay. Django plays? No. Django is totally UI programming, Jasid. It is not a must. Okay. Machine learning and deep learning are like batting and bowling. Django is more like making sure you're like a management guy who's making sure all the seats are fine in the stadium. That's UI. Okay. Machine learning and deep learning is where all the magic is going on. This is where you're doing the batting and bowling. Or for the sake of simplicity, I'll say something like this, buddy. Django is like wicket keeping. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, not a very 100% correct one there. Python that we will look at. Main topics in Python, there are a lot of things, Harshit. Machine learning and deep learning is the heart of them. Can I take data science instead of SAS and SPSS and R programming? Yeah, SAS, SPSS, and R probably I'll be covering during weekends. You can just take up during weekdays, Bhopal. I think they're being very reasonable in their fees and things like that, Bhopal. I think you go to any other places, they are charging 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Here they're charging not even 10% of them. So we are selling gold at the price of coffee, guys. So definitely you should invest in it. AI can also reduce road accidents. Absolutely. It can predict where the traffic is more. It can predict, give you the probability, and using that we can reduce the number of accidents. There are many use cases in that one also. Traffic volunteer. Can I POC for identifying commuter? Yeah, Amit, very good one there. We can help you. You will be able to help yourself. If you learn the concepts of some of the deep learning algorithms, you'll be able to build a model which will predict all the guys who do not have a helmet. That's a very good one. Actually, there's a project we were supposed to work on, which will identify all the guys. Huh? So that's a good one. Traffic volunteer. Interesting, buddy. Okay. Let's see where we are, guys. Gentlemen, ladies, 2.5 hours so far. Okay. Thank you, Shantakumar. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I gave an idea. Charges are less. Good, buddy. So hopefully I have given you an idea. I did not go into the technical details. If there's another workshop, probably I will explain you the technical details. But again, that will be advised by our support team guys. They will tell me whether I have to repeat this one or whether I have to go into the technical details. Technical details is where we will be actually going into the in the course and things like that. So just stay in touch with our, send your emails to our support team if you have any interest, and they will keep you posted about the next things coming up and things like that. And I think feedback, yes, Nag Babu, can you Can you send the feedback link to them, buddy, if you're hearing me? Some of them are asking, completed at your organization while he visited from US to India for a break. Amit, nice. Very nice of you. Hopefully, he was under me. Again, my name is Naveen. Um, and it's good to know that the feedback, it's good to know about that, Amit. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, he's happy and things like that. And so please do consider seriously, guys. These are the concepts that we will be using throughout our life, and it will be very helpful, very useful. Java and .NET, if you learn today, if you don't get a job tomorrow, you will not use it. You will not think of Java and .NET, okay, or any other thing. Whereas these are the concepts the which we'll be using throughout our life. We can apply them throughout our life, is what it is, guys. Okay, so let me come back here and one more time here. Let's say come back here. Before I wrap up today, just give me one moment. I have explained these. Here we go. I'll put this here. Oops, put this here. Select this. Stay home. One more time. Gentlemen, ladies, stay home, stay safe, and make the best out of your life. Just because you're staying home, don't waste your time. Keep learning, then you're making the best out of your life, guys. Okay, with that, come here. That's my favorite quote, just in a friendly way. I generally put that as my background. I will go ahead and wrap up, and will stay in touch. Please pass on your emails and contact to our folks, guys. They will get in touch with you. They will share all the material, and they will also give you the access, the course content and everything, guys. Okay, if you're interested in the course and things like that. Any other questions, please try to stay in touch with our support, guys. Okay, with that, allow me, I will sign off here. You guys take care, and good luck to all of you. And hopefully we'll be seeing each other and meeting again. But please contact our and for any other further question certificates, please contact our force Sahiti. Certificate is okay, but nothing too much to worry about the certificate, Sahiti. Okay, don't worry too much about that. It's more important. What is more important is you have the content is more important than certificates. So please contact our folks again if you need a certificate and things like that. Yeah, next class. Yes, feedback link. Arun, please send a message to our these guys. Who's that on the support? The Nagbabu is his name. Please contact him, buddy. The support. Oh, let's see. Okay, I will pass on the message to send you guys the feedback link and things like that. Looks like he's there, but I'll pass it on. Nice. Thank you, Arun. Thank you. Contact number to connect with the office. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Nice, guys. Naresh, it is Shyam. Oh, there you go, guys. Please call me. There is Shyam. There is a number, folks. Thank you, Shreyas. Allow me to sign off. I wish you all good luck. You guys take care. Bless you all. And thank you for joining, guys. Okay. Our support team will be here for any. Sham is the point of contact. Please send him a message, guys. Signing off. Thank you again. Bye for now. Thank you, guys.